right, hello, plywood. Lily, Pat, thanks for stopping in. Also, guys, if you get bored of this, check out My Honey's Handmade channel. He's making pens today. I will be switching over to that as soon as I'm done, if he's still on. But glad you could come in. We're gonna make some tops. Hopefully I didn't make my tenon too small. I got a small piece of firewood here. Oh yeah, that'll work. Pretty close, but it'll work. Convex top. No, I can't. I tried a bunch of different ways and I haven't given up, but I need to spend some more time. These lunchtime ones is not enough time to do that. Yeah, can I put it in the chat? Definitely. I think I can do that. If I can find it real quick. Copy, back in here, paste, there you go. That should be the My Honey's Handmade live stream right now. It's not his channel, it's the actual live stream. All right. If you go over there, tell them that you came from my channel. Alright, first thing I'm doing is just making this round, and it is not round. We're getting close. Alright, that's pretty close. that's one. Which I kind of half expected that, because I'm not really holding too much of a tenon here. But I'll give any piece of wood 3 chances, and then we switch to a different piece of wood. Because the problem is now, probably won't be round. And I did cut off, I separated it from the live center a little too early, but we'll get it. Just got to trim it up. May not work. Try it. You didn't give me a perfect 10 on my dismount. So this is sketchy because it's so narrow here that this is, anything I do here could probably break that, but I think I can get it. It's going to be wobbly right here, but that's alright. Let's put a little 6.2. Hey, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'll take that. I got back on though. That's the important part. It doesn't look wobbly, and sometimes I'll go to the camera just to see if it's wobbly. Like I can see it over here because of the frame rate, but it doesn't look too bad. What other color should I put in there? Feels good with red. About orange. I haven't done orange in a while. That's wobbly a little bit right there. Alright, that'll look pretty good. Put a little bit of CA glue on it. Seal in that color. pretty good. All right. I used to spin them right here on the bedways instead of on a piece of wood. Look at that. That goes pretty good. I gotta find my top spinner plate. What do I do with it? Well, I don't know where it is. The cheese board. Don't know where the cheese board is. But that worked pretty good. That's a good one. Let's make another one. Plywood, what's your favorite color? Or two? Favorite color or two? Blue and money green. That's what I'm talking about. I had a homemade tool that I used for texturing, and I was going to try it on this top, and I can't find it. So I guess we won't. Alright, I'm going to make this one kind of fancy. It's going to be a long spinner, time, competition top for time and style. Bean's in, said hi. Not much talk going on. It's all right. Everybody should be working. Everybody preparing for the horrible storm that we're gonna be getting. If it's anything like what they're saying, it's gonna be pretty bad. Like most of the U.S. may not have power for a couple days anyway. I don't know. I feel like it's never as bad, and then it's all of a sudden worse. Like you never know. You never know if it's gonna be bad or worse or nothing. That's usually what we can get. Worse or nothing, but never kind of what the prediction is. All right, we're gonna do blue and green money. Kind of looks like money. I don't know if that's blue or green. It's kind of green money. Wood pellets, yeah. I don't know. I have gas heat, and I do have one heater that's not run by electric at all. So I'm not too worried. But if I run out of cheese, like that's gonna be a problem. Alright. Does that look like blue and green money? Kind of. Let's get some CA on it. Seal in those colors. All right, now what I'm going to do is run some polish. It's not quite cured yet. Hey, Brian. It's not quite cured yet, so I'm going to put some abrasive paste . Actually, by the time I get this on, it might cure. Which is fine. Either way. It's curing on my rag, which is why I'm waiting. It's smoking a little bit. I don't want to burn it to my skin. I think it's done. Yeah, this one's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice and shiny. It's gonna spin perfect. You're still getting some color. Some of these paint markers, I think, mix with the CA glue, and they actually bond with it. So as you polish it, you get some of the color. Yeah, look at all that color. And I did put CA on it. I think it's going to be nice, though. All right, let's do a little bit of Carnauba. This is going to look like a vintage top. Vintage tops made daily. Suzanne is in. Thanks for stopping in. All right. Let's see if this one spins. A little bit rough on the end. I usually try to smooth that out, but that looks pretty cool. That's a pretty good spinner. It's not moving around a lot. There's some divots in my bedway, so it's going to move just because of that, but that's going pretty good. We'll stop it before it stops so you don't know if we're in the matrix or not. All right, one more I can get out of this, and then I got to get back to work. Give me two colors. Somebody give me two colors. We can get one more top out of this. Red and white. All right. Took a chunk out. Always know where your tool is. I wasn't paying attention there. Always know where your tool is. This has got a divot right there. I should have caught that earlier. Oh, Pat, you're always flexing about your superpower. I'm gonna leave that. I don't want to get it too small. Oops, sorry. Got a little bit of a tear out there. I don't know. Well, I'm more worried that it's gonna give it a wobble, but it shouldn't be too bad. All right, red and white. Try white. White usually I have trouble sometimes with white, but we'll try it. It's working pretty good on this wood. All right, get some red. There we go. Put my colors back. I'm so organized with colors. I have them all up here. Not usually that organized, but all right. Let's put some CA on it. Where's my spray? That dries pretty quick. Though I like to use the thin because it dries quicker. Oh yeah, I'm hoping to use my snowblower this year. I haven't really used it that much. All right, this one looks really good. Not quite cured yet. Get some of that excess off. Speed it back up to polish it. Kimberly, that's Pat. Pat from the small woodlot. I forget where he's located. Cannot remember. All right, last one, because I got to get back to work. Let's see how it spins. Not too bad. There we go. Better spin. That looks pretty good. I like the red and white. Who said red and white? Oh, Pat's from New Jersey. I think you said up there. So that spins pretty good, even with a little divot in it. So we made a couple. Oh, of course, dropped it. Made 3 tops. They all work pretty good. It's a good piece of wood. I got to get back to work, so thank you for stopping in. Check out the rest of our channel. We make all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. Not always on the lathe, but always making something. Remember, I say this at the end of every time, and I always forget it. My brain, I'm gonna turn 55 this year, and I don't feel old, but my brain feels old. You have purpose, you have value, and you are loved. God bless. A comment board for ideas? I could do that. I'll have to look into that. Thanks, Pat. Thanks for coming in. Brian, Pat, Plywood, Kimberly, thanks a lot for coming in, and we will see you probably next week. If we get a lot of snow and there's nothing to do, I may come back out this weekend and do a couple live streams, so watch for it. Definitely subscribe so you can see when we are back on. All right, God bless.